mental like anguish right now within this person. Another message with this Hermit and the Queen of Cups is that this person is really reluctant and not really wanting to leave you alone right now at this time, but I feel like they may be thinking that that's kind of what's best and that's what's needed. So it may be a little bit hard for this person to actually do that, but I think it's like they have this realizations, and it's also like they're fighting it at the same time because it's not what they really want to do, if that makes sense. Now we have Justice and the Wheel of Fortune, and this is big karmic energy. This is big, like things coming out, things getting exposed, and also it's almost as if with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel it's, to me personally, the Wheel of Fortune is a very much of a faded card, but it's a very much of like what goes up also comes down. And so with in regards to the Fool being at the bottom of the deck here, I'm also feeling that this person wants to, if they could, really like almost like rewrite their wrongs, or like, because justice is about doing things like, in almost like in a righteous sense, I guess you would say, and it's about doing what you feel is best, or even bringing things back into balance here as well. And I think that that's kind of what this person wants to do, especially with this Fool here. Like I do feel like they would like to start over if that is even possible for them, if they I'm seeing like if it's possible for them, because obviously it depends on each situation, and like what has happened and things like that. Like this is generating that is different for each and every one of you, but I am feeling the overall energy is there. Like I is there still hope? Is there still a chance? Can we make this work? Like, I know that maybe they're like, I know that maybe this has been really bad for us, or we've been going through a really rough patch or a really bad time, but I would really like to, stick it out and see if it could come back to balance here. But I do feel like there has to be some sort of realizations within this person in order for that to happen. And I do feel like it has a lot to do with them getting in touch with their emotions, feeling some sort of compassion here with this Queen of Cups. Like maybe this person, for example, like if this person his heart has been very closed off. They didn't realize, some of the damage that they were doing to the people that they loved, or the people around them. It's almost as if this is like some realization for like for something of that nature. And it's maybe because they had to go through something or feel something in regards, because a lot of the times, for us to fully understand something, we kind of do have to experience it. So I think this person is feeling a little bit, especially with this Ten of Swords, like rock bottom type energy, and with the Hanged Man coming out with that as well too. It's like I don't know what to do. Like all they can do at this time is really just surrender, and they feel like they don't have much of a choice here. So let's go ahead and get some oracles now. All right, so can you tell us more, Spirit, about how this person is feeling towards my pile one? So we have Angel of Strength. Yeah. What I do kind of like to say, especially in the major arcana, like the Strength card, it does come after the Chariot, and the Chariot is all about willpower and pushing through. And that's where you find your strength. So maybe this person, when I was talking about that Hermit like energy, like feeling like this is best, like maybe this person really is trying to be strong for you or for this connection in order, and that means like doing what they think is right, not what they want to do, if that makes sense. And I think with the Angel of Strength, it's like it's taking a lot of strength for this person to go through this, and it's taking a lot of courage, I guess, for them to face whatever it is that they're needing to face at this time. And then for some of you too, they may feel like they don't have the strength to do this as well too. I guess it would just differ, but I do feel like it's for the majority, it's like they're like it's taking all of their strength to try to accept this, or to just be in this energy that they're in right now. And I think it's because it's very uncomfortable for this person. The first thing coming up, Temperance, which is like, needing to calm the waters, or like come back into an emotional balanced type of energy, being clarified by the Nine of Swords, is like this person is just not feeling their best emotionally, maybe even physically at this time as well too, because sometimes when we do stress a lot, it does affect our physical, like it affects our body, it affects everything. Okay, so we also have Trust. And we have the first chakra, Archangel Michael, coming through, which is, the first chakra, our root chakra, is a lot of our strength as well too. And so there could be, bottom of the deck, we have a man holding a heart. Okay. So this could be in regards to them wanting or needing to trust themselves, to trust where they're guided, to surrender to what it is they feel. Since it is man holding a heart at the bottom in this Fool card here, this could be actually in regards to wanting to have some sort of fresh start here or taking some sort of risk when it comes to this connection. And I think it's going to need them to be a lot more grounded, especially like we were just talking about that Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is the complete opposite energy of grounded. It's very ungrounded. It's letting your thoughts get the best of you and your emotions get the best of you. And I think that this is maybe saying that this person does want to be a little bit more stable or a more stable figure. And the fact that trust here says, I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. I think this person had a problem with trusting their inner voice, and that's where a lot of that resistance was coming from as well too. It's almost as if this person's inner voice is saying to come to you or to like approach you. I would assume with this man holding the heart with some sort of love offer here, and they're kind of denying this, and I think it's keeping them in this energy that we were talking about in the beginning. All that has a lot to do with that hanged man energy too, of that need to surrender. Like the more, the hanged man is just that he's stuck, he's hanging there. So you can either you can fight, you can use your energy, swing back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Or you can just surrender to the circumstances and you can just hang there and conserve your energy and things like that. So that, I don't know why that visual came to mind, but I think that's kind of a lesson that this person may be going through, to just surrender to your wants and or surrender to what it is that you should do or what your inner voice is telling you to do, because otherwise it gets a little crazy. It's so crazy to say the least. All right, let's go ahead and I want to pull one more oracle. I feel like there's something else here. Let's see what it is. And then we're going to do the channel messages. What else is here, Spirit, about this situation, about how this person is feeling? Okay. Okay. So we have the fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel, in reverse. And then we have strategy in reverse. Okay, so a lot of these things are like having to do with this person like not knowing exactly what to say, or not having some sort of plan here, or feeling like they can't plan, or feeling like it's been taken from them for some of you as well too. But I think it's like they're kind of feeling right now like, I don't know what to say or what to do. And so this is causing this anxiety, which I think we kind of did say that. And a lot of times with this trust too, I think one of the problems here could possibly be this person being able to trust that everything's going to be okay. Trust in certain outcomes, or trust that they're capable of doing what they need to do or making certain changes as well to have the outcome that they want or the outcome that they desire. And I think that could be, again, some of that resistance or a problem here with this person. Okay, look, and then at the bottom of the deck, we have acceptance in reverse. So that's definitely that hangman. Like, I'm not accepting this situation. I'm not accepting this for what it is. There's got to be, I feel like, especially with this throat chakra and strategy in reverse, they're like, there's got to be something I can do. There's got to be something I can say, something I can do. They're not wanting to accept this as their fate. So now that we got that done, this looks a mess. I hate that. Oh well. Let's go ahead and get some channel messages from this person. So Spirit, what does this person want pile 1 to know at this time? What are some channel messages from this person that they want pile 1 to know? Unblock me right now with the blocked throat chakra as well too. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not funny. If you've been here before, you know that I kind of laugh at probably some of the things that I shouldn't laugh at, but I'm not laughing at the situation. I laugh a lot of the times at the irony, or like when it's just it makes so much sense that you're just like, dang, you know. But anyways, so yeah, we have unblock me right now. This could just be like, I mean, obviously I'm taking this literal too. Like for some of you, you could literally have this person blocked, or they could have you blocked. And what I've noticed as well too is sometimes when this card comes out, someone gets unblocked. Like it's, I mean, I'm not saying you're gonna do that. Like obviously don't do that if you feel like you're not going to, but like if another person has you blocked and this card comes out, there's always, I feel like they always end up unblocking for some reason. It's weird. But this could also be like wanting to unblock the blockages in this connection as well too. Like removing these obstacles as well. But I do feel like this person just does not like being separated from you. They don't like, if they felt that your energy had been pulled away, or they feel like they're no longer able to contact you in the ways that they would like to before, it's something that is bothering them a lot. I don't know how I feel. I'm broke right now and I'm insecure about it. All right. Any more channel messages from this person before we talk about it? Okay, so we have I regret so many things and keeping my options open. I feel like this is kind of out of fear as well too. I just felt really called to say that. Like with this, I'm keeping my options open. This is like this person like not wanting to be alone or not being able to stay alone. I think is something of that nature too. That they're like, well, I don't. Obviously, I think this person has very deep, very strong feelings for you, but there could still be some like, what am I trying to say, Spirit? It's like I'm sensing some sort of like insecurities and maybe some ego as well too. Like maybe this person does like to feed their ego with other people's opinions and things like that. So it's like putting all their eggs in one basket is very scary to this person, and I think that's where that fear is coming from. But also, this could be like this person still keeping their options open, like waiting for you to come around as well too. Like they're like, oh, I just want to let you know. Like if that didn't resonate for some of you, like there it could be like they're like, I just want to let you know that I'm still keeping my options open. Like I'm not closed off to you. And then so we have where did you even come from, which kind of makes a lot of sense for how I feel how this person is feeling. I feel like this person is like not used to feeling quite literally, which is again kind of ironic because this is like a how are they feeling? And I think that's why we have I don't know how I feel, is because they're kind of like running from things. And I think that has a lot to do with that hermit energy and that Queen of Cups too, like not really being able to sit still and just allow their heart to tell them what it is they feel, and allow their mind or their bodies, like their emotional bodies, to like integrate with the regular body and be more in tuned. So instead they're like constantly fighting these emotions and constantly like running in circles with their ego as well too. I know that sounds really harsh, but that's just what I'm picking up on. And then so yeah, so then we have the where did you even come from? Then they're like, oh my gosh, then pile one came into my life, and now I actually care about this person. Now I actually have to feel these things. Now I actually have to face my feelings, or I have to communicate correctly in order to get what I want. They're like, this is icky. And I say icky because before I got a message too that this person, like when it comes to deep things like this or something in regards, like they kind of like crawl a little bit in their skin. Like not like they're like disgusted by it, but it's just uncomfortable for them. So yeah, so then we have what else we're gonna talk about? Oh yeah, so we have a broke right now and I'm insecure about it. This could actually be in regards to a blocked root chakra as well too. They're not feeling like they have the stability that they need to bring to you, or it's just again like they're basing their self-worth off what it is that they have and things like that, and not their true self-worth inside. And so it's something that Like it quite literally says, it's something that they're insecure about as well too. But I'm sure that this person does want to have something to offer you, whether that's, physical or more stability. And I think that I completely forgot what I was going to say right now. Well, there goes that thought. Okay, bottom of the deck, which I was been called to look at. We have you drive me crazy. Yeah, with that Temperance and the Knight of Swords. Versus going a little crazy. I want to marry you one day underneath that as well. Okay, and now I'm called to pull the top one. It wasn't worth losing you. All right. Enough of that. Enough of you. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. But yeah, this person has a lot of things going on right now. It's almost as if, like I feel like this person, like when they get some alone time and they have to like sit and process their thoughts and things like that, I feel like they're sitting there and there's just like these things, like these thoughts, like attacking them. They're like, I need to, get my money right. I need to fix this problem. I need to do this. I need to do this. But they're like literally not knowing how they're going to do it. And for some of you, they could have been the cause of these problems as well too, which is again more ironic as well too, and makes it a little bit more frustrating on your end. I can definitely see as well. But it just looks like this person, for the most part, is going through a lot internally that they actually need to process and figure out. It really seems like they need to kind of figure out whether it's what it is that they want. I feel like this person knows what they want, but they need to figure out more or less how they're going to get it. Like if they need to incorporate certain changes into their life and they're not doing that, then they can't really have it. It seems like they can't have their cake and eat it too. And this is something, it's almost as like there's an inner struggle that this person, like an inner battle, an inner struggle that this person is going through at this time. They could be causing some chaos. I mean, I was going to say it seems to be a lot chaotic for them, like inner chaos. And this could be a sign for you as well too. That if you are like in separation with this person or whatever the case is, or you did distance yourself from this person, it's probably because this is not your storm to fight. But I do think you did play a huge part in this for divine reasons, obviously for a divine purpose. Like it was a good part, of course. Like you had to show this person these things. Um, but now they have to decide what it is that they are going to do or how they're going to deal with these things. So speaking of that, let's go ahead and get some advice for you. I got two different decks, so I was going to do like one of each for advice. So let's go ahead and pull this one first. So what advice do we have here for pile one with this situation? Speaking of that, we have absent. What is here is not key. And as we were just saying that, like, you may have to pull away from this person. And then we have virility. Shake it up a little. You've got this. Oh, I like that. Okay. Bottom of this deck, though, we do have clarity, which says bright paths of understanding will open. And I feel like the message with this, as I'm reading it, is that the way that it's going right now is not going to be this way forever, as in like you're going to understand a lot more. The feelings that you're feeling right now are going to last forever. You are going to have so much more clarity. Wherever you're at right now is not where you're going to stay. There's always change, there's always movement. So to be aware of that as well too, especially when we go through like hard times and things like that. It's true. Even though it seems like it doesn't, and it seems like sometimes it's never going to go away, especially when it's strong too. You're like, oh my gosh, like this is it. Yeah, I don't know if you know like that sound. I think it's like a TikTok sound or whatever, but it's like so dramatic. I know it because it's like me, because I can be very dramatic at times, but they're like, this is it. It's the end. I'm gonna die, and then like 2 seconds later, they're like, oh, anyways, that's kind of like what I was talking about, but in a lighter sense, I guess you would say. Okay, so what advice do we have here in regards to this for pile one in regards to the situation? Some more advice here, Spirit, please. I was going to say, all right, I guess I'm just going to pull one. Spirit keeping up. Okay, thank you. Bottom of the deck, we have nonsense, which is it's time to talk sense. So some sort of like wake up call for you. realizations, again, that clarity as well too. So let's see. So we have number 40 with keeping up, immense effort in advance. And then we also have a number 11, which is changed in the night. You have changed quickly. That's interesting, guys. This advice is very interesting, and it makes me a bit proud of you as well, too. But I understand your struggle a bit. Change can be, different, especially when you're used to doing certain things or you're used to certain people as well. I feel like one of the main messages here is that within this absence, like it is actually very good for you. And I think that it's because it's something different here. So what's happening is like you're basically it, Spirit's giving me the analogy of like a math equation. Okay, so this plus this equals this. You've done this. You know what this is. That would be you plus them or whatever, it equals, it's been equaling out this. So now it's time to add a variable to get a different answer, which would be the outcome. And I think that's exactly what you're doing. And I think that it's just saying that, of course, it does take strength as well, but you're doing a good job. And I feel like the immense amount of growth that you have had in a short amount of time is, first of all, it's admirable. Second of all, you kind of have to understand that not everyone around you is able to keep up with that as well too. So as you advance your awareness, as you advance your growth, and as you understand yourself a lot more, it's going to put you on a different level than the people around you. And you can't stoop down to other people's levels all the time. You have to eventually do your own thing and hope that these people can catch up or attract whatever else is on your vibration, if this is making sense, and I want to say the amount of effort that you have been putting into this and into yourself, is definitely going to be rewarded. Like the growth that you have, and I think that comes a lot too with this kind of separation of this like absence here. It's like you're showing yourself and you're showing spirit that, that you do deserve more and you do want more. And in turn, you will get more. But sometimes it does take, a little bit of getting used to and stuff, and it is a little bit uncomfortable as well on your part here too. So just be careful with yourself. I mean, not be careful as in like be careful what you do. Like just be kind to yourself, be nurturing to yourself, and understanding as well. And all when I was reading this card, that nonsense, the reason why I said aloud, I was like, it's time to make sense, is because what I heard was like, make it make sense. Like this person's actions and your worth and what you bring to the table and what you have to value, like make it make sense is the message with that. And it's a little sassy, it's a little harsh per usual, but it does reflect, I feel like, with this reading and this advice. After that too, we have know where you wish to go, have a plan, the right decision, which is number 22, a set your course. It's time for you to, I feel like, start being selfish. I feel like, you may have been already. And when I say start being selfish, that's not a bad thing at all. That's actually a great thing. And to realize what you want, where you want to go, where you want to be, and things like that, and not worry too much about the other people being able to keep up with you. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But I feel like it's your time now, pile one. So yeah, I think that's it for the advice. Thank you so much if you stayed till the end. I really hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already, so you never miss another one. I do post readings of this nature. I try to post one at least once a week for topics like this, but I'm posting all throughout the weeks usually. Anyways, yeah, but if you like this sort of content, then go ahead and subscribe. And thank you so much for staying till the end. Thank you so much for anyone who shows any type of support, love, or comments, or shares your story in any type of way. I love hearing your guys' stories. I love supporting you guys, and in return, you guys support me. It's just a beautiful little community, and I am so grateful. So I can't wait to see you guys at the next pick a card. Bye! Hi, File 2, and welcome to your reading. If you chose the orange calcite stone, or if you chose the fountain tarot. then welcome. So today we are asking how that person on your mind is currently feeling about you. What are their current thoughts, feelings in regards to you and the connection as well. So I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me in to my pile 2 situation here. And if you can please show us how this person is feeling about them. If we can please give them some sort of clarity here. Oh, geez. Wow. At least it didn't go all over the floor. I hate when it slips out and it goes all over the floor. Oh my gosh. Then it's like that game, that 52 card pickup, and it's just ridiculous. Okay, so back on track. How is this person feeling about pile 2? What are their current feelings towards pile 2 at this time, Spirit, please? Thank you. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups. What are their feelings towards pile 2? We have the 10 of Pentacles. What are their feelings about or towards pile 2 at this time? We have the Moon. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so we're going to get some clarifiers, but there is just a tiny message here with this 10 of coins and the moon. I feel like these two cards to be right next to each other is like this person can see you as someone that they can have a future with or build a future with, since the 10 of pentacles is like legacy. It's like future energy, you know, foundations, all of that kind of stuff. Anyways, but then we have the moon right here. So it's like they are feeling like that's what they could see themselves with, or that's what they want, but they're not sure if that's what it's going to be, or if that's the truth here with the moon. And it could just be because of fears, but I feel like there is some confusion still on this person's part, of course. With the moon, it's like, I'm not sure, you know. And that could definitely be too, like what they want, and then like the insecurities as well coming up too. But let's go in and get some clarifiers so we can get real deep into it, and then we will talk about it. So why is the Page of Cups here, Spirit? We have the Hanged Man. Interesting. Okay. So you've sparked some emotions within this person. Some sweet emotions within this person that I think they are, we're going to look again, like I said, more into it, but they are either needing to or intending to surrender to these emotions, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead and get some more. And I'm also drawn to the Page of Cups, the image. It's like the box and the cup is on top of the box. So this could have been something that was a little bit unexpected for them to feel as well too. It's like not what they're used to. You know, when they say like, you know, think outside the box, that usually means doing something differently or you know, doing something that you wouldn't normally do. So that's interesting. Okay, so why is the 10 of Pentacles here for this person? You have Judgment. Realizations, yeah. Why is the Moon here? Can you tell us about this Moon? Here's the Moon card here. Don't want to say. I'm just kidding. Or we have the Empress. We have the Knight of Swords. Okay. And then we have the Empress coming out as well, too. Which I feel like could definitely go with that Ace of Pentacles. But I want to see, why is this Ace of Pentacles in reverse here? Where is this Ace of Pentacles here? We have the Eight of Cups. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Wands. Okay. So I feel very strongly with this Ace of Pentacles in reverse and this Eight of Cups. This is about them maybe feeling like they missed an opportunity here with you. or miss some sort of chance to develop this, because with the Ten of Pentacles and the Judgment, like I said, the word that came out with Judgment was realization. And that is something. Was that me? Anyways, it was it's realization, and then in something that I don't know if you heard that, Dean. So sorry, this reading has already started. I'm sorry, I'm gonna focus, I promise. There's like a ding, and my phone's usually on silent, so that could have just been a confirmation for that. Anyways, there was some realizations about the future that they could see themselves with, or they could have with you with this Ten of Pentacles. It's like almost like giving me like a comfort type of energy as well too. But now that we have the Moon and we have the Knight of Swords, it's like they're kind of hesitant on what it is that they want to say, or if they're kind of hesitant in general on speaking to you. It's not that they don't want to, it's because they're like, I don't know what's going to happen. It's kind of like the unknown energy, and they are kind of kicking themselves. They feel like they may have missed some sort of opportunity here with you to develop this. And so with the Eight of Cups is, I think they're thinking like, are you gonna be accepting of this? Are you gonna leave? Oh gosh, I heard like, are you gonna leave like all the rest? It's a little traumatic, but you know, are you gonna walk away? Should I walk away? I don't know. I think that this person has some fears here, especially with this Moon card. The Moon can definitely represent fears. It can represent subconscious things, and it can also represent illusions and secrets. So I think as well, I'm feeling too with this Knight of Swords and the Moon just being illusions and secrets. This person may be keeping a lot of this to themselves. They may not be expressing how they're feeling towards you. Or they're not expressing this Page of Cups kind of feelings that you may have stirred within this person. And so with that, they aren't fully knowing if they're ready to surrender to this yet, if that makes sense. And then at the bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Wands, which the Three of Wands is actually wanting to bridge some sort of gap here. So if there has been some sort of distance between you and this person, or maybe this person feels like you're drifting away, or maybe this person feels like they're creating some sort of distance, they do kind of want to bridge that gap here. And also the Three of Wands is about taking the next steps forward after what it is that you desire, what it is that you want, because we have the Ace of Wands, which is that instant desire, that spark. And we have the Two of Wands, which is like, you're okay, the plan, you realize what it is that you want. This could have been that Ten of Pentacles energy. And then the Three of Wands is like, okay, what are you going to do about it now? And so this is like what this person, I feel like this process maybe of this person and what it is that they've been feeling and thinking about when it comes to this situation. It just seems like they've kind of been withholding information altogether. Okay. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and let's get some oracles here. So we also are going to be doing oracles, channeled messages, and some advice at the end for you. So what else can you tell us, Spirit, about how this person is feeling towards pile 2? This one wants to come out. We have Death coming in reverse, which is, I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. I feel like this person is thinking that they missed this opportunity, thinking that it's ending, thinking that it stopped here, but this isn't what they want with the Death in reverse. It's like, I don't want to let go, but I don't know what the future holds either. Okay, so now we have Door to Personal Healing and Happiness in reverse. Blocked doorways too. Yeah, this person is very much like, I feel like with that Hanged Man, how I was saying, like either going to or reluctant, this person really does, I feel like, have a problem with fully surrendering to their emotions, to what it is that they want, to certain situations. Because it's almost as if with this Door to Personal Healing and Happiness, it's like blocked from them, but it's like blocked from them by their own choices, maybe. I mean, it could be your part as well, too. I don't know the whole side, too. Even the whole story, I'm just reading this part, but what I feel is, though, is that it's just a lot of, like, maybe a lot of hesitation on their end, to the point where they feel as though maybe it's too late, like they aren't able to do what it is that they wanted now, or maybe they realize something too late. They realize what they wanted after the damage has already been done, or that kind of nature as well too. Bottom of the deck, we have love, which is I commit to seeing the practice of the good in all things. And no wonder why I was called to look at that right now, because I was going to continue shuffling, but this makes a lot of sense as well too. This person's outlook on certain things could be a little warped at times due to past pains, being hurt, or fears of getting hurt as well too. So they may actually not be able to see, again, that illusions card coming through again, but they may not be able to see things clearly at first because they think there's like danger there, or they're like, I don't know if I can trust, or whatever the case is. These are kind of just examples here for this, but it's like instead of seeing and it's like now they're seeing what it could be, but they wish they would have seen that before. All right, so how else can you tell us more about how this person is feeling? So we have happiness, humor, and judgment. Those are interesting cards coming out together. So we have judgment twice. Interesting. Judgment, I feel like a lot of the times too, is a wake-up call. It's usually something or an experience or a realization, like we were talking about before, that is able for us to open our eyes and to see something. Because it also is known as the truth card as well too. So it's for us to open our eyes to see something for what it truly is, and then for us to make a decision if we want to continue on the way that we've been going, or if you want to change in a certain way. And that's why it's the judgment. It's like or judgment. I mean, obviously judgment has many different meanings, and especially if you want to go to like the biblical sense, because that's kind of what's coming to mind too. But in this case, what I'm trying to say is like, it's your judgment call with this person's judgment call. And if they have this realization that they hadn't had the best judgment in the past, it's an opportunity to change, is what I'm saying. And so with that being said, speaking of judgment, this person may have trouble trusting their own judgment as well. At least trusting their judgment when it comes to feelings and when it comes to emotions. But I do know that, I feel like these cards are coming through to really say that you do make them happy, that you do. Okay, yeah, so we have attachment at the bottom, so that it could just be in regards to the negative attachments that they're, are needing to kind of release as well too, because you do make this person happy. And it seems like, they feel very lighthearted when they're around you, or you may uplift them in some sort of way with this humor. But I think that I'm getting drawn to that. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life, just like that love card says, I choose to see the good in all things. So maybe this person could be a little bit heavy at times, taking things a little bit too seriously, instead of just kind of going with the flow and having a little bit of fun with it. That what that Page of Cups energy would initially be. The Page of Cups is a very light-hearted energy. It's a very, oh, this makes me feel good, so I'm going to do it. Or it's a kind of like silly surprise. It can be a silly surprise type of energy as well too. And so this makes a lot of sense. This person with that like needing to surrender or allowing themselves to surrender, they probably would love to in a heartbeat, but there's also a side of them that is saying caution, be careful, don't go too deep. We did this, we got hurt last time. Last time we trusted our judgment, we ended up screwed. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the energy that I'm getting here. So they may have even chosen to walk away, or at least allow this opportunity to slip out of their hands. And now it's like they're feeling like a door's been shut, or they're feeling like it's the realization of their actions for sure, or their choices, or their fears as well. Interesting. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about this looking pretty because we'll be here all day. But now, speaking of that, let's go ahead and get into some channel messages to see what messages come through. So Spirit, what does this person want Pile 2 to know? What are some messages here that they want Pile 2 to know? I love you more than words can explain. Oh, that's so sweet. I think this is also a metaphor of like them not being able to articulate how they're feeling. Again, that Moon and that Knight of Swords, keeping a lot of these things to themselves. I think that's definitely like a metaphor for that too, of like there's so much I wish I could say to you, but either they don't know how. I think that's like a song lyric. There's so much I wish I can say, but I don't know how. I don't know why that sounds so familiar. I think it is lyric. Anyways, or it's like they're not good or they're scared to explain themselves, to express themselves, maybe a little bit scared of getting vulnerable. That does make very much sense of what we were talking about. Like vulnerability would be Page of Cups. It would be being like happy and lighthearted and stuff. Interesting. Okay, so what other channeled messages? Yeah, look, I just want to hear your voice again. There's a lot here about wanting to speak to you, wanting to express themselves to you. Maybe feeling like they don't even know how to explain themselves. There could be I'm sensing a little pride involved as well too. Let's make up. Yeah, right on top of that, death in reverse too, which is like I don't want to accept this ending. I don't want to let go for sure. All right, any more channel messages here from this person to pile 2? I wish we could go back to how it used to be. Oh, yeah, there is so much of that wake up call energy, guys, of like there's a reason why I heard realization when it came to judgment. They're like, I just let pile 2 slip through my hands and maybe they didn't even do anything about it. And now they're like, how could I? So then we have because, oh, speaking of that, the thought of you with somebody else drives me crazy. Interesting. Let's get one more. Or 2 more. We have please talk to me. Oh, and look. Oh, I'm sorry. We have 3 more. Okay, so we have please talk to me. And then we have please don't break my heart. And then we have I want you all to myself. Bottom of the deck is I'm still salty and butthurt. Which I think this is the bottom of the deck because this is just an underlining kind of energy too, and that could be that pride as well too. Or this could mean so many different things for each different situation, like whatever had happened, obviously, between you and this person. But definitely, definitely, guys, this is this person really thinking about you, really seeing the potential of what it could be, what it could have been, really kicking themselves for not being more brave, I feel, and not being more fearless, and just allowing themselves to surrender and to see where it had gone or where it could go. A lot of regret energy and a lot of like wanting to, or even if you are in contact with this person, for some of you, if you could be in contact with this person, like it's the fact that they're holding so much back is something that they are regretting. But yeah, so we have like like maybe and like you know what this like I want you all to myself or and thought of you with someone else drives me crazy. With this energy, it's giving me the energy of like that's how they feel on the inside, but they're not telling you that they want to be with you or they hadn't made it official or whatever the case is. It's like come on, that I can see how like on your end though, that could be very, very frustrating. This person definitely needs to work on their communication. They definitely need to work on being able to express themselves and stuff. And this isn't something that you can make someone else do. And this isn't something that you know, that you also deserve at the same time. So this is where that frustration does come in because it's like you deserve somebody that would be upfront or being able to tell you this or, you know, or like not mess it up due to like fears, wherever the case is, you know, here and but also it's like it's just like this energy of like dang like why did you do this what did you say on The Office? Why are you the way that you are? Doesn't he, I think he says that to like Toby. He's like, you make things not fun. Okay, let's go ahead and on that note go ahead and get some advice here for you in regards to this situation. So Spirit, what advice do we have here for pile 2? Oh, coming out fast. We have renewal Time to begin again, stronger, better, with the Mexican marigold. What advice do we have here? We have the tiger lily, which is like one of my favorite flowers. With security, choose the safe harbor for now. All right, bottom of the deck, we have devotion. Be true and pure in thought and deed. Okay, and I have one more deck for the advice, and then we'll talk about it. What advice there do we have? Pile 2. There's a lot of cards coming out. I don't know if I want to take it, but the bottom of the deck energy is you can't go back to yesterday, be in the present. Well, that's what I wish I could tell this person as well too. That, it all starts from the present and on. You can't go back and okay, so we have mortality. We have becoming braver, which is resilience and experience, growing stronger, fresh perspective. Look, if you have a moment's regret as well, all in the golden afternoon, which the golden afternoon is about a creative spark and inspiration and things like that. This is interesting advice here. Okay. I love this though. It says life is brief, bright, beautiful, and yours to live. So yeah, you can do whatever the heck you want in your life. It's your life. Don't let things. I think there's a lesson here on both ends of letting things slip away, letting things go due to fears, and like because we have this energy about being braver. It's like you do. I mean, at least in this lifetime, you have this lifetime, and that's it right now. And so it's kind of a lesson to do the things that you wanted to do, say the things that you wanted to say, experience the things you wanted to experience, regardless of what could have happened or regardless of what it's going to be. A lot of the times we do put our pressure, and even sometimes the advice in these readings, especially like if you're going through heartbreak and stuff, and it hurts, and it's like you don't want to do that again. You don't want to experience that again, but also a longing is just as hurtful, a longing to never fully get to experience this is something. And even if it doesn't even work out, it's like at least you tried type of energy. And I'm not saying that for some of you that you have to go address this person right now and things like that. I'm saying this as in like this is an awareness for that as well, whether that is with this person or the next person, or whatever the case is. It's like the past is the past. We do have regrets, but as long as we act on our inspirations and do what it is that our heart is telling us, that is in our best interest, of course. I would never say that if you were like dealing with someone that's super toxic or abusive. Like, no, obviously your best interest it would just to be like to not in what those are I'll be like, honey, those are your abandonment wounds. That's probably not your heart. And sometimes they seem very freaking similar. And I can tell you that from experience as well too. But anyways, I'm speaking of this on a more lighter note of you know, um seeing where things go, not putting too much pressure on yourself. It's not that serious. It's just life as well too. And I feel like with that type of mindset, it allows you to live through a more creative, pure, like almost like an inner child, like a more creative type of mindset of like, well, I could see where this goes, and knowing that you'll be okay regardless, not letting fear stop you. And this could be anything in your life as well too. Like I can see this bleeding into multiple aspects of your life, like career or like choices of your friends, hobbies, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. And so I think regardless of if this situation is over or not, or if it's going to begin again, this renewal is talking about you still taking these lessons and being able to take this and renew this and to do this in your life in general, regardless if, it's not really, I feel like, so much about the person. It's more about what you've learned in the situation. Even though the person could be very important to you, I'm not trying to say that it's not important. I'm just saying this is your advice. Like, this is like, doing what you want. But also, I feel like with the tiger lily here, with the security, it's it's knowing what is good and what is safe for you too. So this is more or less trusting yourself, but not trusting your fears, like not letting, yourself stay too safe, but knowing what is good for you. Basically like a huge discernment in your life and not letting yourself miss out on certain experiences because past experiences hurt you, if that makes sense. Because there is a lot of energy of like a nostalgia in both parties here. There's a lot of energy of like wanting to go back, wanting to experience this all over again and things like that. And so with that being said, to look at the why you didn't get to, what stopped you before, whether it was completely out of your hands or not, I'm sure it's different, and to really take hold, because there's always a lesson in something. There's always a lesson here to be learned. So the next experience, whether that is with this person or not, you can avoid those things as well too. So I really think that's kind of like what this advice is really saying. And at the bottom of this deck too, with the white carnation, the devotion, be true and pure in thought and deed. As long as you have good intentions, then you're going to be fine. Like if you're not going in trying to deceive somebody, then that's at least you tried, or it could be something great too. I'm not trying to like be negative and say like, well, if they did this or if they did that, but at the same time, it's like, well, regardless of what they did, at least you were there with your pure intentions, your true heart, trying to see where it goes. And that's something that is so beautiful and so powerful that I wish and I hope that you would never, ever, ever lose, regardless of what happens. But yeah, as long as you have good intentions and you're just trying to live your life and experience your life, like don't judge yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself as well, too. Like again, it's your life. Do whatever the heck you want. Okay. Okay, so actually, I'm called to underneath this in reverse, which I don't normally read these cards in reverse. Well, I read the cards in reverse if I feel like it is. But it's growing up, which is wanting to grow and experience, which is kind of like what we're talking about, growing in the experience, but also rejection of perpetual youth. And I think what this, with what that means by that in this situation is allow your curiosity and your creativeness to expand and to see things through or see what you want to do, and knowing that, where did it say? Yeah, and knowing that you'll grow in this experience regardless, but you don't have to lose that spark, that in. Okay, now I think I'm just repeating myself. So, I felt like that did kind of go hand in hand here because I think we were talking about inner child. We did have the Page of Cups as well too, for this reading here. So there are some synchronicities and similarities, but regardless, I am going to leave this reading here. Thank you so much if you stay till the end. Don't forget to like or subscribe so you never miss another one, and I will see you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye. Hi, Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. If you chose this silver stone or if you chose this silver tarot deck, then these are your messages. So, I sort of explain the stone. I don't know why. If you're wondering what kind it is, because I am being very vague about the name, it's literally just a piece of milky quartz that is painted like with silver paint. I thought it looked cool, like a cool little moon rock. I did it a long time ago. So yeah, just in case you were like, whoa, that stone looks really weird. I wonder what kind it is. It's not a kind. I think what happened too is I had the paint, like I got these new metallic paints, if I can remember correctly. And I was like, I want to try it. And I tried it on that. So I'm like, okay. But it's milky quartz. All right, anyways, enough about that. So welcome to your reading. Today we are asking how that person on your mind is currently feeling about you. So I'm going to ask Spirit here to please tune me in to my pile 3 situation, as well as tune me in to how this person is feeling about them so they can get some clarity at this time in regards to this situation, please. Thank you. All right. How do they feel about pile 3? Oh, so the Three of Cups. How are they feeling about pile 3? We have the Judgment card. Which have to be careful. Daddy YouTube is constantly trying to oppress me because of my nudity on the cards. I'm totally kidding. It's just literally the rules and guidelines. And I'm not good at editing. If I feel like I wish I could learn how to edit and then I could just go back and like blur it or something. But unfortunately, I am not. So I just cover them. All right. So how is this person feeling about pile 3? We have the Fool. Interesting. Let's get one more card and then we'll get some clarifiers. How are you feeling about pile 3? Look at that Virgo. We have the Three of Wands. All right. So why is the Three of Cups here, Spirit? This is Three of Cups here. The Emperor. Okay. Why is the Judgment card here? We have the Knight of Cups. Why is the Fool card here? We have the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, okay. So this is making a lot of sense. This is kind of what I was thinking before too. So let me just pick the last one and we will talk about it. So why is the Three of Wands here? They're hesitant about it, is what I'm hearing. They're hesitant about taking those next few steps towards you, approaching you. But we have the Six of Cups, which, yeah, this person is feeling very nostalgic about this situation. I feel like they've been thinking about you and thinking about past memories and thinking about emotions that you have made this person feel. So I'm just going to be quite honest on what I'm seeing here. If this does not resonate, then do not make it fit. But I do see like this person at one point in time could have had a third party with this Three of Cups, or could have had maybe like a wandering eye. Maybe they could have been in some type of player energy as well too. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I feel as though with the Emperor coming through with the Three of Cups, this is a lot about choices. And this is a lot about making the best choice for this person, or like, and because the Emperor is about like empowered choices and making those choices that are definitely kind of harder to make. And I think with the Judgment card here being a lot about realizations here, like almost like a wake-up call or a realization for where they actually want to be, like what choice they want to make. And that has a lot to do with you and this relationship or this connection, whatever you want to call it. Which is why we have the Knight of Cups here. So it's like, okay, so they realize that they kind of do want to approach you with some sort of love offer. That's where this Fool and this Ace of Pentacles comes in, which is quite literally like, all right, when I see the opportunity, when I get the opportunity, I am going to want to take it. I am going to want to take that leap of faith or that risk. And I'm going to present pile 3 here with how I've been feeling and what I've been wanting as well too. I feel like this is some sort of like proposal for like maybe wanting to be more committed towards you. Because we have the King of Wands and then we have the Three of Wands, which is about going after something and taking charge, like kind of realizing that you have to be the one to step up and do something about this situation. And I think a lot of this is in regards to how they've been feeling and thinking about the past and stuff, and almost like a lot of memories I feel for this person, or at least a lot of emotions, like a memories of emotions, since it is cups. So I want to read a little bit more into this Three of Cups and this Emperor, though. I feel as though this person may feel as though they may have made the wrong choice in the past, or their judgment was off in the past, and now they're starting to have some regrets and starting to think, well, I should have went this route. I should have went with pile 3. Or at least I should have been that person that pile 3 needed me to be. Like I shouldn't have done those things, to whether it's behind your back or it's whether they just weren't fully committed. Regardless, I do feel like they're like, well, dang, like pile 3 could be the one here. And I know that this may sound very bold, but that's like what I'm feeling like with, especially with this judgment. I feel like it's like they're not proud of the choices that they've made in the past. And I think there is a shift here, wanting to shift their attention more towards you and more towards fixing whatever had happened, or bridging some sort of gap here with the Three of Wands, because the Three of Wands can also indicate that there is some distance between you and this person, or some space, and they're like wanting to enclose that gap. And with the King of Wands being there, they're realizing that it has to be them, they have to be the one to do this. They have to be the one to um whether it's not even just approaching you or not, they're feeling like they have to be the one to make some sort of change here, especially with this Emperor. I feel like it's almost as if they're realizing that they need to be some sort of person that you need them to be. And it's going to require some structure. It's going to require them to be kind of mature about this, I guess you would say. But both of these cards here indicate leadership. Both of these cards indicate taking back control of this situation and doing what it is that you need to do. There also is a lot of passion here as well, too. We do have Aries energy with the Emperor, and we also have, like, the King of Wands is a king that is very passionate here, too. So, yeah, Aries doesn't have to be their sign. I was getting more of like the energy of Aries. I mean, it could be that is confirmation for you, then of course, but like I'm getting more of like that, like energy of like Aries is a cardinal sign. It's the first sign in the zodiac. It is known for leadership, taking charge, taking control. Okay, so let's go and get some more oracles now. Let's see. Can you tell us more about how this person is feeling? So we have purpose, which is I know what I am here to do. I the message with this card here too is that I feel like this is that realization. This person is like, okay, now I know what I need to do in order to get what I want. Also, you could make this person feel like they have more purpose as well too. That's very beautiful, or purpose, but that's the message of like, I know what I need to do now. We have the fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel, coming out, which is the throat chakra, which is interesting because Gabriel is, I was going to set him right on top of this judgment card, and this is Archangel Gabriel's tarot card as well too. So he's coming through twice in here, but he's coming through in this card as the throat chakra, as speaking truth, as wanting to tell you something. I feel like this person wants to express this to you. This person could be a bit hesitant because they may not know how open you would be to receiving this information, but I do feel like this is saying that they do want to speak to you about what has been going on with them, or what it is that they have been feeling here, since it is right above the Knight of Cups as well too. They want to express some things that they may or may not have, even, I was going to say they may not have expressed in the past, but I think the message here is that they haven't realized in the past. They gained some truth here and some realizations, and now they want to express that to you. Okay, so how else are they feeling about pile 3 here? And also, guys, if that third party situation didn't resonate, which I feel like for some of you it did, but it doesn't have to be a specific third party. I feel like it's may or less like this person, anyways, not being able to commit kind of in their player ways, whatever the case is. If that's not the case, then this Three of Cups is saying that they do appreciate your friendship and your companionship, and also you do bring them a lot of joy, and they do have a lot of fun with you as well too, if that makes sense. And this could also still be true for that third party situation too, because it is a message coming through. You know, I feel like for a lot of the times I don't really say things for no reason. There's always some sort of reason or purpose, but yeah. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that. Let's get some more oracles here. So, can you tell us more, please, Spirit? How is this person feeling towards pile 3, or what does pile 3 need to know at this time about how this person is feeling? Surrender. I can release my need to control. which is interesting because we were talking about the Emperor, like being in control. A lot of the times it's false sense of control. Not saying the Emperor is in a false sense of control, but like we've tried to control things that we really can't. The only thing that we can really control is how we react and how we respond to things because we can't, you can't control what someone else does, but you can only control how you respond to that. Anyways, okay, so there is a need for this person to fully surrender. I'm hearing surrender to changes as well too. So certain changes that this person is going through, there's a need for them to surrender as well in order for this to be what you and this person obviously would want it to be. Which is a good, a successful outcome, a beautiful connection, so somewhere where you can feel safe in sharing your truth and things like that. And I think that this person, yeah, is needing to surrender to certain changes, certain habits as well too. So okay, and a lot of that has to do with them being honest and telling the truth about their intentions, about what it is that they want. We have discipline coming through too, so we'll talk about that in a second because that makes sense. Guilt. Okay. Yeah. So I think for a lot of you too, that third party situation or those player ways, whatever you want to call it, is a lot to do with this guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist my soul's growth. That is interesting because that's that change I was talking about with this surrender. These things that aren't assisting this situation anymore, aren't helping this person in their life anymore, they need to go. This person does need to surrender to these changes as well as surrender to what it is that they want because these changes were only truly sparked, I believe, by the desire for the outcome, and you can't have you can't be in this person, I mean, you can't be in these old ways and still get this successful outcome that they want. So it's a lot of surrendering this person needs to do. We have the temple path coming in reverse as well too, which could be that resistance. This person is being guided towards this, a higher level, a higher journey. This is about your spiritual journey and things like that. And I think there is a bit of resistance here. Right next to purpose, though, I do believe this connection did serve a huge purpose in this person's realizations, in them waking up to what it is they needed to see or what it is they needed to go through. Because we have honesty right here with the throat chakra. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. And I think honesty is something that this person really needs to be when it comes to, of course, when it comes to a love connection as well, too. If you can't be honest with somebody, then you can't have a connection. Then it starts off on literally like you're building the whole foundation on straight up lies. And I think what the fact or one of the things that I'm hearing that is stopping this person from fully surrendering to this and being honest is that guilt. Is that okay? Is that 100% having to come clean? It's almost as if like with the judgment card too, since it is Archangel Gabriel and you know how he's the one who judges humanity. And it's like he has to go and confess his sins and be judged. And it's different when you're confessing it to a relationship, though, because that makes you being able to make whatever decisions you feel is best for you. Of course, if it was like, the Archangel Gabriel, or like not Archangel Gabriel, but like if you were in a confessional or something and you were confessing your sins, like you would be forgiven. And I think this person does want to be forgiven, but also there's things that this person I think is hesitant to fully come out. And maybe they even hide a bit from themselves as well when it comes to some things that they do, because they could deceive themselves in other ways as well too. And that kind of actually brings me to this, all tying together so perfectly, because that brings me to this discipline as well too. The discipline is tied so strongly in with self-love. Discipline is one of the strongest acts of self-love you can have for yourself. And what I mean by that is whether or not it's a relationship, it's the changes you need to make, it's what it is you need to do, if it's goals, if it's career goals, if it's fitness goals, whatever the case is, the discipline is what gets you to those goals. And it's through you believing that you truly deserve this, that you deserve something so much that you're willing to put in that work, you're willing to show up for yourself, you're willing to put in that effort for yourself and succeed and get what it is that you feel that you deserve. And a lack of discipline, it doesn't mean that it comes from a lack of self-love. A lot of the times it could be like blockages and things like that as well too, but it still stems from self-love in some sort of way. Sometimes, we subconsciously may think that we're not worthy for something, so we don't even try, or we try and we don't. succeed and will stop. You know what I'm saying? You get the point right now. And so this is saying, and this discipline is coming through, and it's saying that this person is going to need to put in the work and put in the effort in order to make these sort of changes. This is rooted not only in their self-love, but because you can only meet someone as far as they meet themselves, it ends up reflecting on you. Not saying that it has anything to do with your worth or anything like that, but it's just, so don't take it personally, basically, is another thing. It has nothing to do with your self-worth and basically theirs. But yeah, this is coming through to really say that it is going to take some work. And the Emperor kind of comes through as well, too, to say, like, to make those empowered choices, to do those things. You don't just become an emperor or get to be the emperor because you're weak or because you don't have what it takes. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the emperor's position is very much earned, and it will take discipline. So yeah, I don't know what that. I went on this really long rant. We're going to get into channel messages right now, but I think mainly the message is that this is saying that it may not be the easiest for this person, but if and it's something that they're going to have to. It's like they're going to have to do. They're going to have to surrender, or things are just. I didn't want to say that. I was going to say things will just be the way that they are, but I don't know. I can't speak for every single person here. I'm only doing this, like, reading right now. I don't know your whole life or this person's whole life. Sometimes I get a little carried away. So enough about that. Let's go ahead and get the channel messages now. So Spirit, what does this person, well, pile 3 to know? I don't know how to feel. I'm still salty and butt hurts. You turn me on with everything that you do. Okay, let's see now. Just give me one more chance. Yeah, we're getting that too. I want you so bad. I want to look good for you. Yeah, this person is extremely, extremely attracted to you. Like crazy. I was gonna say almost like an animalistic nature. I didn't know if that was mean or not, or like rude. I don't want to be rude. I don't know how to act around you. Yeah, you bring out this like primal instinct in this person that either makes them like act a fool, or you like drive them crazy a little bit, drive them crazy a little bit. That's what I'm getting here. I want to get a couple more time messages. So let's talk about what we have so far. The desire for this, for you, is definitely there. We saw that present in the tarot too. Waiting for that opportunity, wanting to express this. I do have a sense though that this person, especially with the discipline being here, and I'm not fully knowing how they feel or what's going to happen or whatever the case is, not realizing how much it's going to take for them to have to actually really step up to the plate for you here. It's almost as if, like, I'm getting that message of like someone says they want something and they truly do want it, but they don't know what all the changes and things that they're going to have to make in order for that. And like, or sometimes there's situations too where they know damn well that they're not going to be able to change, but they want something so bad they try to stick it out anyways. And so I think that doesn't have to be the case for everyone. I know that sounds a little pessimistic, but that's just the messages and the energy that I'm feeling here. And that would be, we have to throw a chakra out here. That would be a disservice to you if I wasn't speaking my truth and if I was just telling you what you wanted to hear. So what I mean by that is that yes, this person may not or may want to have another chance with you or start with you. Yes, this person does want you. Yes, this person is very attracted to you. Are they capable of making the changes to where you're fully happy though? To where you're not hurt, to where you're satisfied? Are they capable of doing that right now? I'm sure it differs for each and every one of you, but what I'm getting is that I think this person still has some like realizations to go through. But like I said, it's different for everybody. So you know yourself, you know your connection more than I do, and I like to remind you of that as well too. To trust yourself, like what even if this is resonating, it's like you know better than anyone else. Okay, so let's get a couple more channel messages. Okay, that's way more than a couple. Excuse me, now they're falling everywhere. Okay, let me flip these over and let's grab that one. I just scooted it further. Oh my gosh. Oh, so sorry. That was like a stretch. Okay. I want to make it official. Okay, so that's coming out because that's like that. I want to be with you and only you. Hopefully this person does, like, or can, I think here, maybe I am being a little bit pessimistic, but that was the energy that I was feeling that was kind of flowing through here. So just take what resonates. But I do feel like this person does realize or has realized that, you may be the one or they want you or want you so bad over there. But you get what I'm saying and want to be official with you. I just think this person has some inner work still to do when it comes to why. I think that, and that makes a lot of sense because I think that this person may not be looking deep enough when it comes to why they do the things that they do or why they did the things that they did. If you're just wanting to mask the behavior, it's like if you're sick and you get prescribed a pill that only stops the symptoms, but you're not actually fixing the cause, you're just going to be sick forever trying to mask these symptoms, if that makes sense. Okay, so we already have that. We have I want you so bad. We have I'm insecure sometimes. My last relationship wrecked me. And tell me how you feel about me. So this coming out. Bottom here, I want to get to know you more. Okay, so this is telling me that this person does want to develop things more seriously with you. And we can definitely see here with my last relationship wrecked me. It's really due to probably past hurts. Now, it's probably due to getting hurt in the past pains. So this does make a lot of sense. This Six of Cups coming through again, this past energy could be affecting this situation. And then I was going to say something else, but I forgot what I was going to say about it. Oh yeah, and just insecurities. I like how it's just admits I can be insecure sometimes, and that could be where some of this behavior comes from, or this hesitation comes from, and that makes so much more sense, and it does make me feel a lot more compassionate for this person because that's something we can all relate to. Um, but still, they kind of have some things they're dealing with regardless of what that is. They want another chance here with you. That was adamant in the tarot. These are kind of a lot of adamant things that we've already kind of discussed, I guess. What's under that? Oh, yeah. Oh, and okay, so I didn't even see this one. Tell me how you feel about me. Yeah, this person I think probably would want some reassurance to it's being or to know how you feel, if that makes sense. Like I want to know how you feel more, so I can be comfortable as well too. But I think, and that's, excuse me, I'm burping now. If that's what this risk, excuse me, that's what this risk was about, this full energy here too, taking that risk and being like, look, this is what I want. And honestly, you deserve someone that's willing to, I think that says a lot as well too. If this person is willing to take risks and do that. So, and I'm not saying that wants to take risks. I'm talking about the action though. Like if this person is actually willing to do that, that shows some effort. That shows something. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, use your discernment. I don't know about the third party situations. That differs as well too. If this person is just wanting to be single before, that's kind of different rather than you and this person being in a connection before and them having third party situations. Those have way, or at least to me personally, those have way different weights around them. But again, it's your life, and it's like I said, it's different for everyone. And I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. You do whatever the heck you want. But speaking of that, doing what you want, let's go ahead and get some advice for you. So what advice do we have here for pile 3? Ooh, we have the cactus flower and the Mexican marigold renewal. So we have endurance, which is all about holding on. It says, hold on, you can do this. And then we have renewal, time to begin again, stronger and better. And I really think this is about you holding true to your values, holding true to what it is that you feel like you should do, what it is that you know, and knowing that better things are coming. And I don't mean like different things. I'm not trying to specify the things. I'm saying like this energy is not going to be this energy forever. Like there always will be a new beginning, it's like, when you're shedding old stuff and all that stuff, that could be something that you're going through right now as well too, kind of like a cleansing as well too. And the cactus flower is a sign that you do have all of the resources within you that you need, that you don't need anyone else or you don't need anything else at this time. You have everything that you need to survive, in yourself. And whether that's love or anything, you're capable of surviving tremendous things. I think you're a lot more resilient than you think. And to know that, it's almost giving me, okay, that makes a lot of sense. This is almost giving me the Nine of Wands, because the Nine of Wands is resilient. The Nine of Wands is almost the energy of, I'm tired of this grandpa. And it's like I don't um know how much longer I can do this, because right after the Knight of Wands, the Ten of Wands, which is like burnout. And this is kind of coming through as confirmation as well too, to say that it is going to get easier, it is going to get better, you are going to be more renewed. It's you're not going to be like this forever, but you are as strong now as you need to be strong for. You're a lot more resilient than you think. And capable. Whether that's capable of being on your own, capable of doing anything, you're so much more capable than you may give yourself credit for. Okay, so let's get just like one or two more cards for your advice. Some advice to me, kind of three. Jeez, all these cards have been, they've been flipping over all crazy and flying everywhere and dropping everywhere all day, and so now like they're like scaring me. I'm like, not again. Okay, so we have follow the white rabbit. Curiosity meets opportunity. All must have prizes, trying to please everybody. Wow, this is definitely about following your own path, following your own the white rabbit to me represents curiosity, especially in Alice in Wonderland. It's basically like she's so curious about what that white rabbit is doing. She follows it and goes down the rabbit hole. And so this is about you following that, your own inkling, whatever you want to call it, inside of you, which I feel like you already do. But distractions may get in the way of this at times when it comes to other people, other people's wants, other people's needs, relationships and things like that. And I feel like if I can be a little bold here, I feel like right now it's the time for you to not worry about pleasing anyone else but yourself, and people around you, aka like maybe this person, should worry about pleasing you as well too, if that's, something you would want, obviously. But like, I don't know, I'm seeing this energy of like, now it's all about you. Don't worry about other people. They'll be fine. It's time for you to. I'm hearing that song. I gotta go my own way. I think that's like High School Musical, and whatever that means to you, you know what I'm saying. But it's your time, pile three, and I think this is like. And the fact that it says the phrase, it literally says all must have prizes. And it's like, and it talks about trying to please everyone. I feel like that's a little bit of like irony. Like not everything that is worth your time is worth the prize at the end. But your life and what you want to do is worth the price at the end. Following your heart, following your, white rabbit, whatever you want to call it here, is definitely worth that for you. And like how we were talking about that discipline as well too, like putting in that discipline, that time and that effort in for you, because you are so worth it. And this is kind of reminding me of a situation that I was going through, and then it really blew my mind. About the message that blew my mind about it was that I was like really interested. Okay, this is gonna get a little personal, but like I was really interested in someone that had, how many years is? I was really interested in someone that had a strong sense of discipline. They had a lot going for them, and they had a lot of things. And me being that awareness, intuitive girly that I am, I was like, it wasn't even the person, because it wasn't about the person. And I was like, telling myself, I was like, why am I so attracted to this? And it's because what I realized is that like I said, it wasn't about the person. If I was attracted to this person because they had these things, and it's not even, and it wasn't even just physical things. It was like this inner discipline that they had, like that they were just like this person was like a freaking warrior when it came to like going after things, okay? And I was like, that is so cool. So instead of chasing after the person, what I did was I became that person in a way. Like I was like, okay, I'm obviously that's something that I see that I like, that I want within myself. So what did I do? I freaking trained discipline. I'm still working on it, guys, but like I'm telling you, I don't want the person anymore. And I don't know why I'm saying this or what this has to do with anything, but like with that following your own thing, if you're like into someone that is like really cool and mysterious, become someone that's really cool and mysterious. If you're into people that play in bands, become somebody that can play in a band. I don't know if that's what you want, but you get what I'm saying. It's like all of these traits that we look for in other people is really our calling, for we want that within ourselves, and we see that a lot too when it comes to like abandonment wounds, and or we got when it comes to love, like we're reaching out for love and stuff, and so what I'm saying is, like, through experience, what I realized is that I didn't need the person, and it wasn't the person, it was within me all along. Maybe that's something that you're going through, or that kind of just like got followed that white rabbit. Curiosity meets opportunity. Also, that curiosity of just even thinking about it is a very powerful mindset to be in as well too. So, like, you can always examine your situations in that kind of way too. Some people say I'm a little bit too deep about everything, and I say to that, they're not deep enough. No, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know what I'm saying now. Now I've lost track. This is the last pile and the last reading. Now I'm just like saying things, but I do feel like maybe that could have helped somebody in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, so it just becoming those things that you crave in other people is so powerful, because then you don't need the other person, that you realize that you have all of those things within yourself. I think was the whole message to that. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that here. I don't know where that went off to, but thank you for listening. If you stay till the end, if you're listening to now, you obviously stay till the end. Thank you so much for all the people that like, comment, or share, support the channel in any type of way. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for all the subscribers and all the love that I receive. Also, if you're not subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another pick a card. And I will see you guys later. I can't wait to see you in the next reading. Bye.